So I ended up caving and getting the new Gucci foundation. I've never tried Gucci face products. I know they have another foundation out. I've never tried it, but I do have like their powder and their bronzer, and I really, really like the aesthetic of Gucci Beauty and the products, and at least the products that I've tried. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna try the foundation. I'm not sure what to expect. I mean, I think I'm expecting it's Gucci, and the price point is very high for a foundation, for a 1 ounce bottle of foundation. So my expectations are very high. So for today's video, we're gonna try out the foundation. We're gonna do a wear test. It is currently 70 degrees outside today, which is crazy. So I will be outside with this foundation. So like I said, we're gonna do a wear test, and we're gonna see if this foundation holds up to my expectations. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you love makeup as much as I do, then you are in the right place. My name is Kara, and I test new products so you don't have to. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to get notified when I upload a video. So Gucci released a new foundation. It is called the Gucci Eternite De Beaute. I don't know if I said that right. I probably butchered it, but it is a 24-hour wear breathable foundation with a luminous matte finish. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused about that. Luminous and matte are two totally different finishes. Luminous is more radiant, you know, a glowy, where a matte is more flat. So having a luminous matte finish, that's a little bit confusing to me, but I do want to read to you how they describe this foundation on Gucci's website. It says the 24-hour no transfer foundation that delivers full coverage in 1 drop. It's a lightweight formula that provides hydration and helps soothe the skin with a radiant and comfortable matte finish that complements your natural glow. So it is also supposed to be full coverage, but also lightweight. So when you think of full coverage foundation, you think of something heavy, but this is supposed to be lightweight. So I don't know. I'm a little bit confused, but there are a ton of shades to choose from. I did have a little bit of a hard time choosing my shade. I still don't know if this is my shade, but yeah, so let's just get into it. Here's the front of the packaging. It is pretty typical Gucci packaging. Back of the packaging gives you the ingredients and how to use the product. So here's the foundation. It comes in a frosted glass bottle. You get 1 ounce of product. It does feel and look very luxe. It has really nice, beautiful gold lettering on it. You have a plastic cap with on top. It does have, it says Gucci on it. It looks nice. I mean, I absolutely think this bottle looks really, really nice. So the foundation goes for $69. So it is an expensive foundation, but there are 40 shades to choose from. I had a hard time choosing my shade. Out of all the 40 shades, the shade I have is 205C, which is considered a fair medium with cool undertones. Now, before we start, I do want to mention 2 things. So last week I used some makeup wipe that I've never used this particular makeup wipe before. And ever since then, underneath this eye right here and right up in the corner of my eye has been very dry, to the point of like flaking. So I do want to preface that, especially going in with a foundation. I don't know if it's gonna, I mean, I used a very hydrating moisturizer beforehand. I'm going to use a hydrating primer. I'm going to try and hydrate my face as much as I can. My skin typically leads dry to normal, but I am having a lot of dryness underneath here and like right in the corner of my eye right there. Another thing I want to mention is I just got my nose pierced the other day. I got it re-pierced. I used to have it pierced a long, long time ago, and it closed up, you know, for other reasons, but I wanted to get it done again, and I did. So I do have my nose piercing, so I am going to kind of avoid that area as much as I can with the foundation. So instead of me rambling, let's shake this up, and I'll get you a little swatch of it, and then we'll apply it and do the wear test. So for a primer, like I said, I want to use a hydrating primer. I'm going to use the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Hydrating Primer. And then what I'm going to do is when I apply the foundation, I'm going to apply it like I normally would for a wear test. I'm gonna do one side with a sponge, one side with a brush. So it does have a pump, which is nice. And then this is about 1.5 drops. And as you can see, it's actually pretty liquidy, almost water-like. So I'm gonna go on this side first with a wet sponge, and I'm gonna rub this in first, and then we will blend it out with the sponge. All right, so I zoomed you in, and sorry about any background noise. My neighbor decides to make a lot of noise while I am videoing, which is always good. So I'm sure you can hear that background noise. All right, so this is one pump on this side. I wouldn't say it is full coverage. Yeah, I could still see kind of like a blemish coming through here, some redness right here. It did go on evenly. And so far I don't see it like sticking to any like dry patches. Let me get another pump and then we'll go on this side with a brush. So I'm doing the same thing, just kind of putting it on and pushing it in with my finger before I go in with a brush. And then I'm using the IT Cosmetics number 7 brush, and I'm just kind of like stippling. I do think that this shade is a bit light for me. Again, I had a hard time picking shades. I always have a hard time picking foundation shades. Not very good at matching. So this side with the brush, it does give more coverage. Obviously, the sponge is eating up some of the product. It doesn't look bad. Normally when I go in with brush, I'm gonna go back in with a sponge to kind of press it in, soak up any additional product that's left over. All right, so this is definitely catching onto some dryness. Right here is a little dry. I don't know what this is going on right there. Even on this side where I was worried about, I can definitely see the dryness in here. Not so much underneath my eye. So I'm not really liking how it's sitting at the moment. I also want to mention that the foundation has a scent. So it has this flowery scent to it, almost kind of like a perfume. I mean, it's not super strong, but I can smell it. I could smell it before even putting my hand up to my nose. I can smell it. It has a flowery scent. So keep that in mind. If you are sensitive to fragrances, this definitely has fragrance in it. So let me do the rest of my makeup. I'll show you the finished look and then we'll do the wear test. So I'm gonna fast forward through me putting my makeup on, and then we'll go from there. Here we are with all my makeup on. I think the foundation looks really, really nice with makeup applied. I don't see it creasing at all. It is still like sticking to the dry patches that I have like right up in here. But I think any foundation is going to do that right now with how dry my skin is. I think it looks really nice. It does feel lightweight. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my face. I can still smell the fragrance, even though it's on my face and it's kind of dried down now. I can still smell it. We're gonna do a wear test. I'm gonna show you what it looks like in natural light. It is currently, it's currently 12 o'clock. So I will check in with you throughout the day. I'll check in with you halfway through the day, show you how we're looking, because this is supposed to be transfer proof. And it is very warm out today where I'm gonna be outside with my son. So we're gonna put this to the test. So I'll check in with you, midday, let you know how it's doing. And then I'll check in with you again at the end of the night. We'll see how the foundation held up. And then I'll tell you my thoughts about the foundation. So here we are in natural light. As you can definitely see the glow. I mean, it's not like a super big glow, obviously, but it's like a natural glow. You could definitely see that coming through. And the foundation is matte. I mean, it didn't dry down as matte, but it looks matte. So I will see you guys here in a few hours. So it is currently 4 o'clock. It's been 4 hours, and so far, I'm not really that happy. So for instance, the foundation is like bunching up, just looks really heavy and cakey, like around my mouth, mainly on my chin area. And then on top of that, you can see like it's settling in my pores. Now, I didn't use a mattifying primer. I used more of a hydrating primer, but it is settling in my pores, making them very prominent. You can also see like my crow's feet, like when I squint my eyes, as well as like under my eyes. You know, like I just expected a lot more for a $70 foundation. So far, I had high expectations for this foundation, and so far, it's coming down. So I will check in with you at the end of the night, show you the final result, and then tell you my thoughts on this foundation, if I think it's worth it or not. All right, so it is currently 7 o'clock. It's been 7 hours. This foundation did not hold up very well at all. So there's definitely some dryness going on right here, my upper lip. It looks like the foundation just like slid and bunched together. And then in between my eyebrows, it just like, I don't know, it's just settling and bunching together. It's just really not a good look after 7 hours. And like I said, I was outside all day. I wasn't even sweating, and yeah, it didn't hold up at all. Like I said earlier, I have had very high expectations for this foundation, and I was really disappointed. I'd never tried Gucci foundation before. I've tried their other products, which their other products are really, really nice. So I thought this would be the same, and it just isn't. I don't like the foundation. So my opinion is I wouldn't bother with this. There are so many more foundations for cheaper pricing that is so much better than this. I love the way it smelled, but that really is the extent of it. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have everything linked down in the description box below. I will have the foundation in case you want to check it out. I'll have everything else that I am wearing on my face. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys again next time.